Greetings, film lovers, and welcome to Clapboard Reviews, and welcome to the first installment of Marvel Summer! With the Age of Ultron only a year away, it's time to look back on the films that made this franchise possible. All during summer, I'll be reviewing Phase 1 of the Avengers film saga, from Iron Man 1 to Captain America, leading up to my review of Marvel's The Avengers, the special guest star. And so to kick off summer, we will start with the first film in the saga, Iron Man. After the disastrous year that gave us Ghost Rider, Rise of the Silver Surfer, and the infamous SpiderMan 3, Iron Man was like a breath of fresh air for Marvel movies. It was the beginning of a new age where filmmakers began bringing elements from new and classic comics and interpreting them for a modern audience. If you were a casual Marvel fan before this movie came out, then you probably didn't know much about this superhero. But they definitely made him a household name after this film. The story is about a billionaire philanthropist named Tony Stark who designs weapons for the military. While demonstrating his latest invention in the Middle East, his caravan gets attacked and he's held hostage in the enemy camp. During the attack, Tony gets shrapnel stuck too close to his heart and is saved by another prisoner named Ho Yinsen by sticking an electromagnet in his chest. It is revealed that the enemy has been using weapons that his company made, and they try to force him to build his latest missile, but he escapes by building a mechanical suit of armor with Yinsen's help. Changed forever by his experience, Tony vows to use his intelligence and technology to become the invincible Iron Man. The film is still one of my favorite hero films, and I consider it one of Marvel's best in terms of story, acting, and special effects. Iron Man was Robert Downey Jr.'s dream come true in starring in a blockbuster film since his comeback, and it is clear that he owns the role. Downey conveyed the emotional journey of Stark so perfectly that there are times you forget that the man in front of you is just an actor, and he doesn't fall into the trap of making the character do a complete 180 after his experience. Gwyneth Paltrow did a fantastic job too as Pepper Potts, and this was her first time acting in a movie where the objects are computer generated. And Jeff Bridges also did a good job. Now, I'm not going to pretend that this movie is perfect because there is one thing that bothers me now that didn't back in '08. Like how the villain is so damn obvious.
Could you have a lousier poker face?
I mean, if you took away the bald head and gray beard, wouldn't someone with the surname Stain cause some suspicion? I mean, I know in the real world it's considered discrimination, but don't you think in a comic book movie it's a little okay to profile someone's name? Wouldn't that make the hiring process a little easier?
Sir, the names of possible directors are available now.
Thank you, Jeannie. Can you read them off for me, please?
A Mr. Arsonist.
He sounds a little unstable.
A Mr. Restless Bladder.
Okay, we're kind of on a schedule.
How about Mr. Love's Special Effects?
Alright, I kind of think we might go over budget if we hire him.
Well, there is a Mr. Schumacher.
Okay, I think we can work with him.
A Mr. Joel Schumacher.
Head for the hills, everyone! Joel Schumacher has returned! The action is still pretty good, even after the amazing Spider-Man movies. My favorite scene is when Tony conks Stain on the head after his suit ices over.
How'd you solve the icing problem?
Icing problem.
Might want to look into it.
It's a classic Looney Tunes gag that still makes me laugh. And of course, we can't forget about the scene after the credits where Nick Fury, played by the amazing Samuel L. Jackson, approaches Tony about the Avengers initiative. Now, even though this was the start of a 5-year journey to what could be the greatest superhero film of all time, it was the next movie in the saga that set the idea of an Avengers movie in stone. But we'll get to that in June. Until next time, I'm the director, and I call the shots. Batman Forever was okay though!